Science jerks. Science jerks. Science jerks. The rate of change in acceleration of science.
Welcome to the Science Jerks. I'm your host, Dave Chacho. With me, as always, is your other host, Robert Chan.
Hi.
I am loopy on cough syrup. How about yourself?
I'm not. I have been around people who have been coughing and sneezing for a week now, and I have not had a problem. I swear to God, if I wake up tomorrow morning with a cold, I will beat you to death, and this will be the last episode of this podcast. I am not even joking.
Well, we'll see where this goes, but I'm not making any promises.
With us in the studio getting infected as we speak, Brandie Posey.
Hey, Brandie Posey.
I felt bad because you weren't saying anything at all, and I was like, oh, she's doing the thing where, like, you don't talk until someone gets introduced. So
I wasn't sure.
I
didn't know what it was, and then the pressure was on because it's the last episode.
And then you
because you're
already
both going to die, so I didn't.
No, it's rough.
Man.
Yeah, this is our big exit from podcasting forever.
Just having a tiny panic attack over here, like, end strong, Posey. Don't mess it up.
A lot of pressure.
Hand sanitizer does more harm than good, I've heard.
To killing germs?
Because
Yeah.
it kills 99.9%.
That's not what the Mythbusters said. Oh, because it makes the germs stronger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Makes germs stronger, and then your immunity is
In the long run,
so-
sure. But in the
Yeah.
short term,
You know what that does not help? Virus. Kills the bacteria.
Yeah.
But then viruses still spreading like nobody's business.
mine are dead.
They're dead on the inside.
I don't think you understand how
Some very-
viruses work.
Yes, my viruses have
Very
lost
apathetic,
the will to
gothy
live.
viruses. Fine, take him with us.
I spent most of the day telling them about the meaninglessness of my existence.
You guys just all write shitty poetry together.
Fuck everything.
Brandie,
Cares?
Hey.
Doesn't
you
matter.
are a stand-up comedian
I am. I do the stand-up comedies.
and a podcaster
I am.
of some note.
Try to be.
Lady to lady.
Yeah, that's a podcast that I am a co-host of with Barbara Gray and Tess
A
Barker.
very funny podcast.
thank
Go
you.
out and listen to it right now.
It's
But
a good
skip-
time.
Skip the intro song because if you do not, you will be singing it forever and ever and ever
It's
until you die.
super catchy. Also, like we have a lot of segment songs that we write 30 seconds before we do the show, and they're amazing and dumb. And like I get those stuck in my head all the time. Like we have one we play Fuck, Marry, Kill in the show, and I get that theme song stuck in my head constantly, and I feel like a crazy person. So I'll just be like humming it, and then I'm like, oh god, this is so narcissistic.
There's that. You don't actually start singing the words though, right? Like at work or like
No. I'll just
At the
if I'm in my
Albertsons.
car by myself, then yes. But like
Okay.
if it's me around other people, I know enough to like curb it inside and just kind of like head bounce, and then who knows what's going on.
You guys should sell that.
Yeah, we like have
The lady to
actually
lady.
thought about putting out an album once we have like enough of those bumpers because they're so obnoxious and dumb and silly, and I love them. I love
Sell
them.
the CD with the regular music and then like
Yeah.
the karaoke tracks on the higher numbers. Our bumpers are robot voice with like this cello music, and the only feedback I've gotten is they're really dark and scary.
So
into that.
awesome.
I'm
They
into
are
that.
awesome, but not catchy. No hooks in him.
Which I like because when I get a song stuck in my head, it's there for a week and a half.
Yeah. I wonder what that part of the brain is that does that. That just holds those weird pieces
I
of
think
songs.
they actually have figured it out.
There's a radio lab on this.
Oh, okay.
They're smarter than us.
Okay.
Go listen to them right now.
Just turn this thing off. Just turn it off before you even get to the bumper music. It's
the last
not gonna
episode
catch you
anyway.
No, you want to hear the bumper music. I'll try to harmonize with the robot when it comes on.
Oh, nice.
Maybe we'll try that.
Let's do it. Let's do some harmonies.
I'm excited.
Anthropobiology.
Cloning is back, baby.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, excitement abounds.
Human cloning is back.
Okay, well, here's the thing. A while ago, we recall stem cells were a big deal.
Yep.
And then old GB shut us down because eggs are human lives, but also, yeah, terrible,
Every
terrible
sperm
things
is
could be.
Oh,
sacred.
When you said OGB, I like that. That's what I heard in my head, and I was like, "Which rapper? Oh, the ex-president."
Sorry. Yeah.
One of the lesser known Wu-Tang.
Now that I've said that out loud, that is the most amazing thing ever, and I'm going to figure out how to make that a character. ODB crossed with George W.
Oh,
Bush.
George Bush.
You down with OGB? You can't read. That's the song. Anyway,
So yeah, they're
We gonna take out the Middle East, y'all.
actual bombs over Baghdad. That's not their song, but
no, close enough.
Close.
Black people. So human stem cells.
Yes.
What we were trying to do was basically inject DNA from somewhere on a person into an egg that's had its DNA stripped out, and then hopefully start cranking out these stem cells, which can then turn into any other cell. So you can, rebuild a heart or whatever, make new organs, that sort of thing. And there were, let's say, morality issues, ethical issues with harvesting a woman's reproductive. What do you call that if it's not an organ? What are the things that get like the
ovary,
Vagina.
Well, no, just the eggs. Just the eggs. We're not taking bits.
Pussy
out.
lips.
You mean
I feel like no.
Don't make me read your mind, man.
Okay, taking eggs is probably a bad thing, and eventually people would be waking up in a Vegas bathtub, with their eggs.
Well, you would hope that they'd be asking these women before just like, knocking them over the back of the head and taking their eggs, like, because you can become a surrogate, or like there's all sorts of ways for you to donate or make a ton of money off of your
people
eggs.
pay big money for.
As it is now, they pay big money because it's still hard to harvest eggs, and they could fuck you up.
Yeah,
So,
it's a really messed up process.
Well, we talking about stem cells, or are we talking about cloning eggs?
There's the stem
That's different, right?
There's the stem cells, and that's actually what the cloning was. That's how Dolly got cloned.
They use stem cells to clone the eggs.
Well, no. They popped the DNA out of Dolly and stuck it into an egg, and then turned that into a baby.
Oh, okay.
This technique is for creating the stem cells, kind of similar, sticking the DNA in there and then using it to crank out the stem cells. So they shut that down, and then we started working on, they're called pluripotent cells, induced pluripotent stem cells, which they work kind of similarly, and they don't require any human eggs.
They don't.
So we're able.
You don't need to take a fetus and throw it in a meat grinder.
We don't need to take a baby's soul and send it to hell just so that we can have our satanic overlords.
I mean, now that Obama's president, you can do that.
You can
just for fun.
It's encouraged, actually.
But you don't have
harvest
to
eggs and just fling them out over the balcony.
Yeah, don't even need them.
Oh, you can get a grant to do
drive-by
that
egging
shit.
a house.
The most ineffective. So teeny tiny. Like, what, did somebody smear caviar on our windows? What the fuck?
Did you guys just hear something? No.
Not really.
No, not really.
Also, it kind of died off because it was difficult to do because it was quasi-illegal, and they weren't really getting anywhere with it. They were getting some decent results with the IPS cells, so they decided to go with that. The IPS has been kind of stalling out, and now this technique is back because they figured out how to do a better job of it. The cells end up being a lot more normal than the IPS cells. So.
One reason they weren't doing a very good job of it because they were being harassed by
There's that, but also
everyone.
one of the first big successes was the South Korean team, which turned out to be not completely fabricated, but the results were lies.
Oh, man.
As Koreans are
so
wont to do, those filthy Koreans.
Classic
Vaguely remember in
Koreans.
2005, what did they claim that they had cloned a human or just successfully cloned an egg?
They had produced the embryonic stem cells using that process.
Induced
That process.
pluripotent
No.
cell?
The human embryonic stem cells, the HESCs, the good ones, but also the ethically dubious ones.
Yeah. How do you put an ear on a mouse? Is that part of this or not really?
Totally different. Also creepy. Also
Okay.
creepy.
When I think of science, I picture like that white mouse with an ear on its back.
That's the end result of most scientific studies.
Yeah.
Why not be fashionable? Like, dude, check it out. I got lips on my forearm.
Check out my
I can kiss you like twice as many
So,
times.
and how are the forearm lips helping you to study the ice sheets melting?
There are a lot of lonely scientists out there
Yeah.
who just need some lips to smooch on.
Yeah.
And if you can smooch on your own lips, son, man, you got
That's-
it made.
I come up with good ideas when I'm smooching my own forearm lips.
That's what science needs to do. That's the next step in sex toys, is just like grafting vaginas onto arms
all over the place.
for strange, weird.
You just put them
You
everywhere.
say next like somebody hasn't already done that yet and is just waiting for the approval to start marketing it.
They're just
So
like at the FDA's door every single morning, just like, come on, on, look at my vagina arm. Come on.
Nobody else has thought of it. Seriously, I guarantee
How
you.
slow is this thing going to grow? Come on. I need you now, vagina arm.
The point is, science is amazing /
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah, it's very true.
Aerotechnology.
Captain speaking. If you'll make your way up to the cockpit, you'll see that I don't really exist. I'm just a piece of software that's been programmed into this plane. So sit back and enjoy the ride. That's my segment.
Oh man, put that on a CD. That sounds.
Should we put some beats behind that?
That's
So
amazing.
you're saying our planes are being piloted by robots now?
Our planes are being piloted by robots.
Well, they're already sort of being piloted by robots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big
not
part
a
of it.
big step because most passenger jets are on autopilot the
Yeah.
entire flight, and most of the pilots are just drunk and high out of their minds.
I've seen that movie.
Oh yeah, I feel good
The
about
Denzel.
that.
And they're all flying upside down,
Yeah.
landing in fucking cornfields.
I didn't see that movie. Was he drunk, and then it turned out that
Yeah.
he saved everybody anyway?
Yeah,
and
but then
did
he
still go to
gets-
jail.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's.
That's all I needed to know about that movie.
Yeah, spoiler alert, everybody. That was Flight, and he's really good in it. It's just there's something like he's very.
I think he's the worst at choosing movies to be in of anyone in
I
history
agree.
of
I
movies.
completely agree. It's
what are you
weird.
kidding me?
Denzel?
If you're talking about
Name something
sheer
that did not suck.
charisma to awfulness of film, I would argue that The Rock has the poorest choices in movies.
Oh.
I love him dearly. I cannot stand to watch almost anything that he's in.
He
That's
did
true.
make the pacifier. You're right. That was a.
No, the pacifier was Vin Diesel.
Oh,
He did the Tooth Fairy.
Oh, the Tooth Fairy.
yeah.
Sorry, I
I
knew
get
it
them
was
messed
some
up.
sort of.
They both came out around the same time.
Yeah.
Both dudes in leotards.
Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
do you think The Rock basically just gets first pick at Vin Diesel's movies now? Except,
yeah. Oh,
except
yeah.
for the Fast and Furious
He's,
franchise.
he's bigger, better, funnier than Vin
Yeah.
Diesel.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad
it's
for Vin now.
Diesel
Yeah.
probably gets the stuff he turns down at this point.
Yeah,
Probably.
he's going back to the Pitch Black thing. That's when you know
Yeah.
you're in some shit.
Yeah, for real. Great.
Anyway, planes.
Airplane. One time I got onto an airplane and I was talking to the stewardess and she said that the pilot was Carrot Top's brother. Southwest, you guys.
That straight up sounds like something that a stewardess would say just to feel something and
Yeah.
just to get some sort of validation.
Now, be honest with me. Is he better at flying than Carrot Top is at comedy?
Well, I'm here with you today. And although I will say their safety demonstration had the exact same amount of props, which I thought was bullshit.
Did they smash anything?
No,
Because
not
I
did-
feel like
no.
if you bring some Gallagher into it, then it's worthwhile.
The Gallagher too that got sued. He's now a pilot, just flying planes. all around.
Oh God!
If you take your puke bag and you attach it to your breathing apparatus, then you have a breathing puke.
I just have this image of the cockpit door opening and Gallagher's head just sticking out and saying, "Here we go, folks!" Or just like the Twilight Zone movie, where Dan Aykroyd's like, "Want to see something really scary?" and then murders the guy.
Yeah.
It slices, it dices, it flies the plane.
Anyway, planes.
Yeah,
So,
planes. Airplanes.
So yeah, the first passenger drone flight took off in
Yeah.
Britain recently. A British aerospace jet stream, not a huge 747, but a two prop jet stream. Took off.
God, I would think that would be the last thing that you want to put a robot in,
Yeah.
because it's teeny tiny. It's going to have a lot more issues than like a big plane, which is kind of flies through the air, you know.
I guess,
Like
but
an ocean liner versus
they
a
make
dinghy.
smaller explosions if something goes wrong.
granted.
I think that you're going to
true.
want to start small.
Were there people on the plane?
Unmanned, right?
Well, I mean, were there people?
There
like,
were
in
no
the-
pilots. I don't actually. know
That's
if there were-
important.
Yeah.
That's important.
This is important
I
information.
think there were humans on the plane.
They put a dog on it, because they were like, well, the first time we went to space, we had a fucking dog on a rocket. We might as well do that on a drone, too.
That makes sense.
Feels right.
That
Dog.
makes sense.
Poor Spot.
We don't have an exit strategy for the dog. The planes could take off, but not land.
No, we
Yeah.
have a little doggy parachute because
Oh
things
my
are
God.
probably not going to work out. Let's be
No.
honest.
No.
I don't think it says in this story whether there are people on this first test flight. It would make sense to do the first test flight without
Let's
people.
assume not. Otherwise, we will
Yeah.
all be very, very sad.
Yeah, I know.
But so the difference of these, and we've all heard of drones, army drones that go around and shoot up villages patriotically.
Yep.
The difference is those army drones are controlled by a dude
playing video games.
Playing a video game in a bunker,
Yep.
right. This plane that flew is more like the Google driverless car that you might have heard about.
Yeah.
Driverless cars are out there. There's nobody controlling them from a remote location. They are making the decisions themselves how to drive, in that case, and fly these new planes.
So you have sentient drones flying around in the air now?
Yeah, they're self-aware. They have
But I mean, also
feelings.
these things are like I said, like most planes are already on autopilot for like
Right.
95% of the flight.
But the thing is, if some shit goes down, the pilot is there to turn it off and start making decisions.
So then you
Like
just radio
Denzel.
down and then let one of the video game kids take over.
It's true.
We got this. Don't worry about it.
That would
Let
be-
the robots win.
This is an emergency break-in from Flight 419.
You guys are
Can you stop
headed
playing
towards
Halo
a
for a
mountain.
second and help us figure out how to fly this?
I feel like I would give in to the robots quickly. Like if robots actually, if Terminator or Matrix actually happened, I would just be like, oh nope, I'm just going.
Come with me.
I'm not,
Yeah, sure.
I'm not gonna fight.
Let's just start benign. Your cars are driven for you.
Yeah.
You can hang around and read a paper while you're going places without having to be on a bus and smelling sneaky homeless people.
Sounds delightful.
Let's start
Yeah.
there. I mean, eventually, yes, there will be Terminators and they will lock us in our cars and drive us off cliffs.
But that's,
that's
probably
a
off
long
like
ways
5-6
away.
years away.
That is plenty of
Yeah.
time to enjoy the fruits
I'm all
of
for
our
it.
robot labor.
I'm tired of getting drunk and driving home.
You want the robot to get drunk for
I
you?
want the robot to get drunk and drive me home. Don't drink and drive.
You have a robot that does your drinking, and then you drive the robot around.
That's not how it works. That's not how it's supposed to work.
This is where you want to go, sir. Shut up. That's my robot. That's my drunk robot impression.
It was very accurate. I liked it.
Political arachnology.
Okay, look, I would be the first one to say that we don't need conservatives. And we
Yeah.
don't need assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
need
Tell it, brother.
people out there fighting each other in wars.
Yeah.
But sometimes the science just doesn't back me up.
Richard.
Whoa,
Uh-oh.
hold on.
Record scratch.
Yeah, there was a study on spiders.
Already I'm tuned out. I want nothing to do with this.
Well,
It's been a long time since we've brought spiders
it's
on
been a
the
long
show.
time since we've brought up your,
Or spiders,
your
or
long-running
octopus,
phobia of
squid.
spiders.
Ooh.
He has a thing with the number of 8 and legs.
No, I'm fine with 8. 8 legs is a problem. It's just not. It's not correct. You should not have enough brain to be able to manipulate 8 limbs at a time.
I can get behind that.
And if your brain is that big, it's full of nefarious schemes and plots to murder me in my sleep.
I think spiders are pretty awesome,
Spiders can eat a bag of dicks.
and they eat things that are less awesome.
You know what? I'd be fine with that if they never ever showed their butt ugly faces ever. Like, sure, hide under the house and eat away. Kill all those things and do whatever. You know, like
They
be
mostly
outside,
do.
just like stay on the other side of the post or
How many
tree or
spiders do you
whatever.
see right now in this lab?
Right now?
Yeah.
0. Why is that? Because it's my house. And I do not allow spiders in my house.
We're gonna let your kind in here.
I
Y'all
am
ain't
very much
welcome.
against racism, but I allow a little bit of speciesism.
All right.
8
that's
legs,
fine.
gotta go.
Well,
I'm sorry, continue.
apparently, politically as well, spiders are off-putting because they did this test.
They- Muslim? Is that what you're about to tell?
Yeah,
Is
they're
there a
always
little tiny spider fox news?
they're always questioning the birthplace of their leadership.
Yeah.
Just really
Well, they are when they're black spiders.
right. So there's a spider species called Analysimus studiosus, the most studious of spiders. And there's a genetic divide in the species between the
White spiders and black spiders. No, I'm feeling it.
the friendly cooperative spiders and the bullshit asshole conservative spiders.
I do not like hearing friendly cooperative spiders.
Yeah, I know.
Spiders should not at any point cooperate. because that's when they rise
But
up.
maybe you're on the side of the conservatives in this case.
Well, I mean, I want them to collapse from within.
Yeah.
I want them to sow the seeds of their own destruction.
Well, apparently, counterintuitively, for me, the cooperative spiders have less of a chance of the societies that consist of mostly cooperative spiders are killed off more easily than spiders that have more of the dicks.
What, killed off by the dick spiders?
No, by other invasive species like other
Oh, I
species of spiders that come in and
Okay.
prey on them.
Gotcha.
So-
Do spiders fight spiders?
Yeah, spiders eat spiders.
Yeah, I'm all
Oh.
for spider on spider violence.
I used to have a spider in the place I lived in Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara is spiders everywhere, and
You know what?
I just
I'm
gave
really
up fighting.
getting uncomfortable with this conversation. Just
So in my
in
apartment,
general.
there was a spider. It was just a big daddy longlegs who lived above my bathroom shower, and he just liked it up there. So I just left him up there, and I called him Spud. And then I realized
Nope.
there was a trash can right underneath the web, and one day I saw 8 legs. And I looked up, and there was still a daddy longlegs up there. And I realized that every week or so, another spider was moving in to the web, eating the head off the spider that was currently there,
Holy shit.
dropping them into my trash can. And so the web was there for
What
like
the-
a year, but there was always like a running
Good God.
Oh, man.
there was different spiders and I just always call him Spud, even though he ate the guy that was Spud last week.
Ugh.
I mean, I understand rent control. Like it's hard to find a good place. And
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know, for a nice pad.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to eat the head of the previous tenant. Best deal.
Sometimes. Not going to say that that's what happened to the previous tenant here, but I do say that I keep my doors locked at night just in case.
I sleep with a tiny knife under my pillow.
I haven't seen Lee Miles in a while. Did you eat her?
No, but I did cut her head off, and her body's in the garbage can.
Oh, well, as long as he didn't eat her.
It's time for a quiz.
It's time for a quiz. Oh, that was nice.
Quiz.
Hello, hello.
Are you going up or down?
Not a test, it's
Let's
a
do that again.
quiz.
It's time for a quiz.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's
wow.
nice.
We should probably
That's
just stick with science because that was terrible. That was genuinely awful.
F minor key.
Our upcoming album featuring that and only that song will be available in iTunes soon.
Will be available at Discordant Records.
$10 and it's like 4 seconds long. What a jip.
Question 1. What is Troyalism?
Troyalism?
Troilism. Troyalism.
I assume it
I
has
had
something
no
to do
idea.
with Counselor Troy /fiction.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I assume it is.
It's not like try. It's not like
No.
a 3.
No. Troil.
Troy. I don't know what that prefix means.
I've never run
It sounds like a Latin thing. Troyalism.
Helen of Troy.
deafness.
Yeah, some condition, some medical condition, or is it like a philosophy of?
It's not capitalized, so I feel like it's an ailment.
Probably a skin thing.
Or a brain thing. If we get
Pieces of
anywhere
brain.
near the right answer, we're gonna
Yeah.
call it correct.
Yeah, but I don't think we're getting anywhere near the answer.
It's when your brain flakes, right?
Pieces of your brain chip off in the wind.
Yeah, that's what it is, you know?
So we're gonna say brain, or we're gonna say skin?
Call it Posey.
Brain.
Brain. Okay.
Brain thing.
What?
That's our answer, brain thing.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to mark this as incorrect to begin with. The question is, what is Troyalism? The answer is sex à trois. They write it sex à trois.
Sex à trois.
Which
A
I guess
threesome?
is like a halfway point between like saying menage à trois,
Yeah.
because like, oh, Americans probably can't understand French,
Yeah.
and the other way, which is three-way sex,
Yeah.
because that's too dirty for
Yeah.
Tra because it's TROI.
right,
Yeah.
but it wasn't TROI.
So it is 3. It's just the
I
French
guess.
3 instead of the Latin 3.
You know what?
Wow.
I have been to so many
So we got
perverse
that.
and filthy sex websites, and I have never
seen
seen
It was really popular
Troyalism?
for like the
Okay,
summer
I
of
have seen-
'96, and
Yeah.
that's all.
Also, if you ask somebody to be a part of a Troyalism, you will never be in a Troyalism because there are much better words to call it.
Are you interested in?
Is that what, like a Sian
Troyalism?
thing? No,
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Troyalist? I'm a little bit of a Troyalist
Do
for the
you consider
weekend.
yourself Troyalist?
Like, what are you?
Question 2. What's the thickness of Earth's atmosphere within 20 miles? First off, I did not realize it was 20 miles thick, so...
Yeah.
Within 20 miles? That's it. Yeah, it seems like it wouldn't be much more than 20 miles.
Okay, space, I believe, actually, now that I think about it, because when Felix went up to...
The
to take the
skydiver.
leap,
Yeah.
I feel like it was 120 miles. Is that wrong?
That sounds
That sounds way too high.
too high to me.
Yeah.
But it was,
I feel
wherever
like-
it was just at the very bottom of what they consider space.
Okay.
Well,
There's a
planes
hole.
fly at like
Like
60,
70,000
which
feet,
is like
something like that.
8
So
miles,
5,000.
10 miles.
5,000,
So the planes are at like
5,500
10 miles or so.
Yeah.
So it had to be another 20 above that at least.
At
So
least.
like maybe
30 miles.
40 or 50.
I'm gonna say like I'm gonna go eat an even 100 just because.
I think
100?
100 is probably
100
Yeah.
sounds like a decent guess. That
Yeah.
still sounds high to me, but
It sounds high to me too, but I don't know. I don't remember this magic school bus. I don't remember this one.
See, if we say 100, though, we've got 40 miles
Yeah,
to kind of...
on both sides.
80 to 120.
Yeah, here we go. 100 miles, the answer, 120 miles.
Boom.
You guys, we straight
Yeah.
got it. We
Yeah.
got it.
We got
Nailed
one.
that shit.
Yes.
Actually, you said
High fives.
120 right up top. Too.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So we'll just cut it there.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we got it right away.
Oh, the magic of editing. Question 3. What's the oldest and most numerous class of animals? Kings play
Oldest?
chess on fat girls' stomachs.
Are you changing the topic?
Are you reading Jezebel right now?
I'm trying to remember the
That's
breakdown of
the-
nomenclature.
Kingdom, phylum,
class.
Oh.
class.
Um,
So the class of animals, that's like it's going to be like reptiles or mammals, right? Or
sounds right. Insects, though,
insects.
right?
Insects.
It's gotta
Yeah,
be insects.
Insects.
no fish. Fish before
insects.
insects.
No,
Fish were
way
before
more
insects.
insect. No. This is oldest and
Oldest
oldest
class.
and most numerous. So I mean,
Oh.
numerous. I got to think that it's
I
way
gotta
more.
guess
Most
insects.
numerous has definitely got to be insects.
Insects. Yeah.
But I feel like there
What
were
if they're-
fish animals before there were
But there
insect
they might be aquatic insects.
animals.
They probably are.
Shrimp. The insects of the sea.
Shrimp. I'm going insects.
Okay.
Yeah, insects.
Insects it is.
Insects.
Boom.
Oh, look at us. We're
Nice.
wish I had a real pen instead of a highlighter.
At least it's a yellow highlighter.
Yeah.
The hardest one to see.
Yeah, I hate these things. I don't understand why people just don't go with orange or
Nope.
blue.
I know.
But they're so hard to find. Mm-hmm. At work, I mean, these are the only pens I can steal because
Yeah.
they're the only ones we have.
Your boss has all the blue ones. It's his power
that's what
move.
it- oh, that son of a bitch. I knew it. I knew it. Question 4.
Okay.
What's the smelliest member of the weasel family?
Polly.
Oh.
Boom. Also the smelliest badger.
That's his brother, Jake.
Yeah.
Because I'm the badger. What? Wait. I made that up myself.
Yeah.
That was original. I bet you it's going to be one of those animals that we don't realize is a weasel. This is weasel family. It's like
It's
maybe
gonna
a
be like
skunk.
elephant or something.
Why would you say that elephants are smelly? Dude, of all the animals, they're the ones who would most
Have
likely
you been
be
to a zoo?
sensitive if you were
Yeah.
to call them
They're
smelly.
pretty smelly. Like I want to say like mink,
Yeah, what are the ones that have a musk that is...
ferret.
Yeah, maybe
do
that.
minks do that?
I don't know.
Ferrets are pretty disgusting.
I'm literally
and
just
everyone who owns
Trying
them.
to remember all of the characters in the Red Wall books and who was the baddest guy. I was like, who? A stoat? Maybe a stoat?
Maybe
The Wind in the Willows, which is the one that was the stinkiest.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a rodent and a weasel? Because skunk might be I don't know if a skunk is
I
a.
feel like a skunk is a cat of some sort.
It
Or
might
like
be a weasel,
raccoon.
though.
Maybe a
I
dog.
think you might be right. Why? Because
Yeah.
It's
it's
possible.
not feline. A skunk isn't really feline, except when it accidentally walks under a
Right, under
a stripe of white
freshly
paint.
painted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it gonna
Let
get raped.
immediately gets raped by
comically.
a cat.
Comically. In a comically
skunk.
French way. It's fine.
It's okay when French people rape. It's funny.
Some Troyalism is about to go down. And you,
Whether you like it or not,
Yeah.
skunk. Moo, 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 moo. Oh, you're so beautiful. Moo, moo, moo.
Pepe Le Pew et un baguette.
Let's say skunk.
yeah.
Do we think
I think
skunk?
we should
I think
say
skunks. Let's say skunk.
Okay. The skunk.
Boom.
Go, you
Yeah.
guys.
I feel
You
good about
guys.
what we got going on.
I think we're
This is
crushing this.
if we get this next one, that's probably going to be our best first round ever
Wow.
since we moved to this new format.
Nice.
Well, you didn't have to drop that on our shoulders.
Sorry, there's a lot
This is
riding
already
on
a
this.
high pressure show. And now the pressure's even higher than it was before.
Oh boy, I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Okay.
I'm sorry.
What's coming?
Question 5. Who called his steamboat the Clermont?
Claremont?
Clermont. Clermont.
Claremont.
It's a steamboat, so it was likely some scientist far back enough.
Was it
that he had a
Robert
steamboat.
Fulton, the steamboat guy, the guy who invented the steamboat?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That's a good idea.
Also, Mark Twain, famous for
If
being on steamboats.
If Mark Twain is in the science and nature category of the stupid blue box, I'm going to be so angry. But it's highly possible.
It is highly
Because
possible.
Say
Steamboat
Fulton.
Willie.
I
Steamboat Willie.
Yeah. I go with your guy, though, because he's a real person.
all right. You know what? If Steamboat Willie's on here, we'll also accept that.
Yeah.
Robert Fulton, good
Boom.
man, good
Nice.
man. You guys,
Nice.
we got 4 out of 5,
Wow.
which is respectable.
We're
and
smarter than we've ever been.
better than respectable.
Yeah.
Brandie, you are bringing it.
Thank you, guys.
I should always take a bunch of cough syrup before we do this.
There's something in the hand sanitizer. It's good.
Killed off all the dumb bacteria.
Next episode we'll finish this up. 5 more questions, and who knows? This may go down in the record books. I hope it'll go down in the record books because we could possibly get 0 for 0 next time and just blow this all to shit.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No pressure.
By the way, where are the record book people?
I've
You
tried.
guys don't have a
calling
record
Guinness.
bookkeeper?
Oh
You guys
no,
don't have
no,
a-
Guinness up there on Hollywood and Highland. Just walk into there.
I just call 7-Eleven, tell them to put a phone up against a Guinness in the back. Is that how you get in touch with the people? I got real long fingernails. Put me in a book, make me famous.
Why won't you answer me, beer?
Crazy ants, crazy ants, crazy ants, crazy ants.
I will level with you. 90% of the reason why I picked the story is because the name Crazy,
Crazy
Ants is awesome.
Yeah.
Like army ants and fire ants and like
Yeah,
if you
our animal stories are just based on the nicknames they give them, like
Yeah.
like
This
the
is-
horror frog, which we covered
Horror frog.
in the episode that just came out this week.
100% true.
That's worth listening to because it's fucking crazy.
These guys are called Crazy Ants. They're not actually that crazy, but they are a huge effing pain. Basically, what happens is there is this, what do you call it, a training ground, a breeding ground, a hell on earth in South America for ants. And ants just get more and more aggressive and brutal because there's so many other ants competing for the same space.
After the number of South American ant stories we've talked about, all I can picture South America is just a sea of ants.
Yeah.
The whole continent just must be ants.
Well, there are places that you definitely don't want to go because
Yeah.
it's just
ants.
Fucking, and for the most part, they're just fucking each other up.
Yeah.
and
They
so
have like
becoming
weather
little-
reports, like on the ski slopes. The ants are 3 feet deep today. They want to stay inside.
The Hatfields and McCoys of insects. I love it.
We had
It's
some
like
fresh
Sparta,
powder,
when- like they-
fresh powder of ants last night. So good ant skiing.
and all you need is like one queen to hop on a boat, and then all of a sudden they're up in here, or they'll get into a banana bunch,
Yeah.
like the tarantulas, and then all of a sudden you have a colony here. So what happened first was the Argentine ant showed up in 1891. 1918, the black fire ant shows up. The 1930s, the red fire ant shows up, and basically what happens, a wave of these things come in, and they decimate every other ant in the States.
Wait, you mean the crazy ants, or are you just talking about
No, I'm talking
the
about just
fire
ants in
the
general.
first wave? Okay.
Every time
Is this
a
in
new
the
wave-
U.S. or is this? Oh, okay.
They
Like
wipe out
here.
the soft American ants because all they're doing is hanging around eating hot dog buns.
Yeah.
Then in comes these badass South
Warrior
Americans.
ants. Okay.
And the latest one, and like every
Big no
time,
shit
then
ants.
a new wave comes in and murders the previous ones. So now you have these fire ants, which are horrible if
Yeah.
you step in their colony, but for the most part, they'll just kind of leave you alone. They'll make a mound and say,
When it said that the people who had fire ants in their yard were nostalgic for the fire ants because the crazy ants were so horrible, I was like, oh shit, fire ants suck. These things are way
I
worse.
want to see that. I love the series. And just like, I love the fire ants. You guys
love
remember
the-
fire ants? And then it's just a green screen with a fire ant behind you.
it's I love plagues.
Yeah. I love
Going
the
through
plague.
history, like, oh god, you remember ringworm? That was the best. I mean,
That's a good
you
one.
had them all over the place, but you didn't die from it.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
didn't
important
die.
thing.
You didn't bury your children with the ringworm.
Being under a sea of locusts was the good old days.
Remember when God took our firstborns? Oh man.
Michael Ian Black has some really witty thing to say about the locust invasion of the 80s.
You remember that plague of frogs before the plague of horror frogs? That is
Horror frogs.
like just the frogs
the-
landing on us. That was fun.
We thought it was
Yeah.
we had it bad in those days.
But these guys, what they do is,
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're not even a big deal. Like they don't crawl all over you and bite you and skeletonize your body like army ants do. But basically, what they do is they go places they're not supposed to go. Like
They're just annoying.
normal
They
ants-
don't eat you down to the skeleton. They're just really,
Hey,
really
what's up?
annoying.
Hey, what's up? What you doing? Watching TV? Cool. Can I watch too? I'm just gonna sit here. Do you mind if I bring my fan?
Can I walk
oh,
on
yeah.
this? Can I
Yeah,
walk on
come on
this?
in.
Can I walk on
Hey,
this?
give
Can
me
I
a-
walk on this? Can I walk on this?
They're the
Hey, can you
people that
change
don't
it to
know when
Animal
to
Planet?
leave.
Change it to Animal Planet?
Yeah.
Change it to Animal Planet? Change it to Animal Planet?
Oh man,
You gonna eat this?
They're the last person at the party that's just like you're cleaning up
Hey.
all around them, and you're
Hey,
like,
did you know there's a cracker under here? Can I have it? I'm just gonna eat this cracker.
Hey, Jack, come over here. There's a cracker over here. All they're doing is like instead of like having a mound in the yard, they'll wander in your house and then just start hanging around there and just crawling up into the walls and start fucking with your electrical equipment because they're just there, just go like, "Nyah, nyah, 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 nyah." just being dicks.
is this the movie House Guest except with ants? Basically, Sinbad shows up, and then
This is What About Bob, the
Imagine
ant version.
A million Simbads like a millimeter tall,
Oh God,
all
that
over
is-
your house.
yeah,
that is-
that is
a web video that I don't understand why it hasn't been made yet.
Men be looking like zombies at the mall. Just a million times coming from all directions.
somebody make that YouTube series.
Dibs.
But that's our show.
And that's our show.
And
Thank
that's
you.
our
Oh, better?
No,
Better.
that
But
was-
only
Kind of.
relatively so.
Slightly better. Slightly better.
because they're both flat.
Ouch.
Thank you very much to our very
Can't
not
work under
flat
these conditions.
guest, Brandie Posey.
Thank you.
Brandie Posey was on.
Did you just
we were
compliment
off.
her breasts? Is that what just happened?
I complimented her glorious singing ability.
Yeah,
demeanor.
yeah, that's what I'm going to take it as.
Your pitch, your demeanor, and your breasts have all been a welcome and
Pitch,
lovely
please.
addition.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.
Really?
No,
Oh.
I know. I'm sorry. That's not how we should.
Did you see? Go out strong. Gotta go strong. This is their last show.
Oh God, the pressure is building. I'm just gonna kill myself and throw my body into your trash can.
I like that. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That works.
Yep.
Where can they find you online if they were looking for you?
I'm on Twitter at Brandazzle, 2 Z's. Find me on Facebook at Brandie Posey, Brandie with an I-E, Posey with an E-Y. And then listen to Lady, my podcast.
Listen
it's
to
delightful.
Lady. Even if you're not a lady,
Yeah, dudes really like it a lot,
it's
too.
very
These
funny.
two dudes like it a lot.
Yeah, we get real raunchy, it's real ridiculous, and we have fun little songs. As you have witnessed, we all have great singing voices. So.
Can you do an a cappella version of any of the bumper songs?
Yeah, okay.
Do the theme song. Do the theme song.
Oh, man, hold on. We got Barbara Brandie, and of course there's Tess. We got a show for everyone. That's the fucking best. Come on, baby. It's time to hang out with your favorite ladies. Lady to lady, lady to lady. and there's a guitar. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, there we go. There it is.
I do sometimes sing the fucking best when I'm just out at the bus stop just waiting.
Yeah, it's real fun to get into it right there. In the studio, we like clap along with it and stuff, and we're like, yeah, we are the best. We are the best.
We need a song that we can clap to.
Yeah.
That's why we're not huge already. That's why we're not kicking Radiolab's ass.
That's the only reason
It's the
we're not
only
kicking Radiolab's ass.
I have no other complaints about the show except for that. Find us at thesciencejerks.com or sciencejerks.com. We're on...
Follow us on Twitter at The Science Jerks.
And we're on Facebook, so do that.
And go up to our website and click through to buy something on Amazon.
Yeah, we got the Amazon, we got the Audibles, and
Nice.
I'm listening to Mary Roach's new one right now. Gulp. Oh no, that's it. I just want to say that. I just want to like show off, like, hey guys, I got Audible. I'm cool.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter as well at Dave Chacho.
I'm at 999 RPMs.
And join us for the next episode when Brandie Posey will return.
And we may even get an amazing score on the quiz, but probably not.
Oh my God, the pressure.
Don't worry.
Be worried.
Quaking in my
It's
boots.
just your reputation on the line.
Okay, so it starts out. It's
Okay.
time for, and then we both go, it's time for a quiz.